Morning, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm just going to leave the meeting room open for a bit for allow some more people to come in. In the comments, I'd love for you to tell me what your age of your baby, because I have got a bonus special bit with a sleep specialist, and she's concentrated a lot of the information from baby about 4 to 8 months oldish. So hopefully it all resonates. It's got 2 weeks, 4 months. I have a 4-month-old too. I think we're starting to hit that 4-month regression, and that is like seriously hard work, isn't it? I've got twins in the play, 6 months old, 4 months old, 8 weeks, 6 weeks. Gorgeous. Some boys, some girls. Is anyone a first-time mum? I am a born-again mum, as I say. So I've got a 10-year-old child. So I think things have completely changed. So I feel like I'm a new mum myself. But I've got some new mums and some with gaps. All right, so let's get to it. I'm just going to share my screen. Share screen. All right, we'll get to it. I have to do it like this today at the moment. So welcome to my baby massage class. This is a interactive masterclass. I'm going to teach you the movements to do with your baby to massage your baby at night. And what I'm concentrating on today is the sleep sequence. So I would love you to incorporate massage daily in your nighttime routine. And what this does is it trains your baby to sleep for longer, deeper sleep, because you're doing a lot of different things that's happening at this stage. So I'll go into that. How do I go to the next? How do I know when that happens? Here we go. I have to go this way. This is tech for you. So welcome. My name is Mel, and I am a massage therapist. I've been doing this for 15 years. I'm usually pretty booked out. I am more intuitive work, mainly women. I do deep tissue without the bruises, and I just love body work. And 3 years ago, I studied to become a baby massage instructor because I wanted to teach parents how to massage their own baby, to feel confident in doing it. Because the biggest thing that was blocking people is that they didn't know how to massage. So we're going to help like clear that out for you. So introducing my family. So I've got Enda, and then I've got my child, my baby Shannon. I had her in February. And Lachlan is 10 years old, sports fan, loves soccer. And I think it was kind of a rude awakening for him to be an only child for 9 years, like 10 years pretty much. They're both born in February. And then like having this little sister that has taken up a lot more of our time and a lot more of our focus, but he's getting a little bit more used to her now. So I've also did the baby massage. I taught Lockie how to do a little bit of touch and sibling stuff, massage, because it helps for sibling bonding. And they seem to get along, pretty well. She's such a character. It took me 6 years to have Shannon. I have a chronic lung disease called cystic fibrosis, and I was incredibly sick a couple of years ago. And I started a new drug, and it's completely changed my life. And I fell pregnant, and I had a beautiful pregnancy. And I'm just so lucky to have her. So together, we have co-created a baby massage program. So I've done all the videoing with her. And what I've learned is my massage is tried and tested with Shannon, because how I used to teach on a doll is completely different when you have a child who doesn't just lie there flat like a doll and does what you want. So I'm looking forward to doing more with her. We're going to be doing toddler massage. And my older one, my 10-year-old, would ask for massage for his legs when he's sore from sport. So it's just like a big part of our family. My husband never asked for a massage. So to begin with for your massage journey is like, what massage oil do you use? I recommend it's organic, cold pressed, fatty, because that's very good for our skin and skin absorption. No aroma, because our babies need to know our smell. Our babies are primed for our smell. So when you put in lavender oils and all that sort of thing, essential oils, I suppose it's masking our smell, and we don't really want to do that. We want them to bond to us and non-slip. I don't want your baby to roll out of your hands, or you also don't want anything that is too slippy to work with, because then you're not really getting that beautiful contact. And you also want to have enough oil so that you're not having friction rubbing. So what do I use? In my pantry, I have coconut oil, and I'm sure you guys do too. Coconut oil is beautiful to use. You just take out a teaspoon, rub it in your hands, make it nice and warm because it's probably more solidified. And sunflower oil is what we also use in my classes. I provide that. I'm not too sure where you'd find sunflower oil, probably like a health food shop, but coconut oil, you cannot go wrong. It is beautifully made. It's never had a skin allergic reaction. Some nutty oils like almond oil, macadamia oil can have allergic reactions, so we don't want that with our kids. If your kid has eczema, it doesn't flare it up. It's okay if they ingest a little bit of the oil because it'll be on their hands. So if they put their hand in their mouth, it's absolutely fine if they do that. Some of your store brand ones like Johnson & Johnson baby oil is usually full of chemicals. So some of them can have like an alcohol-based chemical and petroleum-based, and that actually dries out your baby's skin. And we really don't want to be putting that through on our baby's skin, because whatever you put on your skin, you absorb. But also we don't want them to ingest it with their fingers and hands as well. So I recommend coconut oil. So hopefully you guys have some in your pantry. You can get some today. So setting up the space. When I do my massage with Shannon at the end of the night, because this is going to be our nighttime routine, we do shower, I dry her off in a towel, massage, and then feed her in bed. When you've come out of the shower, it's freezing cold. It is getting cold now anyway. And when you do massage, you actually lower the body temperature because your heart rate drops. And so they tend to be a bit more cold then. So just be really mindful about keeping your room warm. Or if you're massaging your child and you're doing a bit of the legs, cover up the rest of the torso. Probably won't be as bad in summer, but definitely in winter. Dim the lights, because your baby is going to be looking up at you. So think about what's above you. If they have a light directly in their eyes, that's not very relaxing. Have a little light right in the room if you want, or just open up the window to lend some daylight. But generally, if you're doing it at night, probably wouldn't have daylight. But yeah, just be careful that it's not too bright and overstimulating. We're trying to relax and work on the nervous system to go to sleep. And the other thing you can add is some relaxation music. So beautiful stuff like Enya or ocean music or raindrops or birds. Just helps sets up that scene for relaxation. You can use white noise, but some people have white noise cued for their actual sleep. And it just sets up that atmosphere. You know, when you go for a massage, it's usually warm. You have beautiful towels. It's you have used to relaxation music. It's not too bright. So you want to kind of recreate that same scene in your room. And I do it on the change table with Shannon. So I go straight from the shower, straight to the change table, and then do my work. So it's at a nice height for me in my back. I don't like bending over on the couch. It hurts me. I don't know how you guys feel, but I think after having a baby, your lower back is pretty sore for a while, especially because you have that relaxin hormone. So just be mindful of the position. Babies that roll, obviously you're going to have your hands on quite a bit, but you can also do this on the floor and kind of have it in a similar position like this photo. That way kind of can't roll if they're in that rolling phase. And that's not too bad on the back because you're not bending over. So the question of the day: how does massage help your baby sleep? It does a few different things. So firstly, it relaxes the nervous system. Your nervous system goes from a fight, flight, sort of go, 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 adrenaline sort of stage to a more grounded, centered, rest, discharge energy. When we're in a relaxed state, we sleep better, we sleep for longer, our brains grow, our nervous system discharges for the day, our digestion works better, so we tend to put on weight, which is amazing for preemie babies. We also release two major hormones. So touch and relaxation releases a hormone called melatonin, and we have this naturally in our bodies. And what that does is it sort of like accumulates over the day. So in the morning, it's completely like towards the end, it's completely discharged. and you have to go outside to get some light to get rid of that melatonin so that you wake up. And in the course of the day, this builds up slowly, which is why we hit like a 3 o'clock slump, crave sugar, give us that little bit of energy for the night, and then we get very tired and then we go for a sleep. This is how melatonin works. So it's like low in the morning and it peaks. With our babies, they're having naps, so it's not as much of a big like drop and peak, but you can still induce this hormone so you get a longer sleep at night. And we also have like a dark room for that, because any light makes you like doesn't help that melatonin, so you don't feel sleepy and light. That's why you need darkness. So it increases the melatonin and it releases and discharges the nervous system, which is the cortisol, which is your stress hormone. That doesn't say that your babies are stressed, because the stress hormone is sort of what gets you crawling, or what gets you walking, or excited or playful, learning new things, reading, like it's just about that brain development, and it can just be overstimulating for our babies. You know, if you go to a party and your baby's done past the parcel, or they've been to daycare all day and they might be like just a little bit more fussy and wound up, this is really good to help discharge that nervous energy, get rid of that cortisol and feel relaxed and relax baby sleep. And I would liken it again to when you get a massage. You go in, you feel tight, wound up, you might carry it in your neck and shoulders, you might carry it in your face, your jaw, your headaches, your back, and you get your work done, and you release that nervous, anxious energy. And generally you walk out feeling sleepy, relaxed, grounded, beautiful. So that is mainly how it helps. It also does other things, baby massage. It creates beautiful, strong attachments. We need strong attachments so that our babies know that we have their back, so they know that you will respond accordingly or lovingly to their needs, like you know how to respond to their needs, because you become an expert on your baby and on your baby's language, because they can't talk, but you know when your baby's tired and you know when your baby's hungry. But what happens is down the track, the more work you do, this one-on-one work, you know when your baby needs to go up to a different formula, like teat size sort of thing, or when your baby's ready to start toilet training or sleeping in a different bed, or you know these next steps when your baby's starting to eat more. You know this because you become the expert on your baby, even though your baby doesn't speak. And this is like mother's intuition, and we need to know this because we don't need a textbook. We don't need someone to tell us how to do it. We want to know how to do it. And I think baby massage is a great way to do this, because we are practicing communication. So we're eye gazing, we're gooing and going, and we're talking to our baby. We're asking for permission to massage. We're creating a lovely massage, a safe space. And this just builds your secure attachments. So secure attachments allow children to become well-adjusted, loving adults. They're kind, compassionate, they're dependable, they're trusting, because we want this. We want this as adults to be like this. There's like a balance of a scale, and obviously that is the person we're aiming for, to be well-adjusted and loving. The other end of the scale is like serial killer. So they have trust issues, dependable issues. They don't mind causing pain. They don't have any empathy, you know? And so there's like that scale of secure and insecure attachments. But we're all here today. So we obviously are very good mothers. We have our children's best interests at heart. So we're going to have good, strong, secure attachments. That's our aim. Intuitively, we know this. So it helps secure attachments as well. I think that's all I've got, really. I went on then. Okay, so number one question I get is, what if I've never massaged before? And I say, well, that's absolutely fine, because it's not so much a thing of getting the right technique. It's actually about your energy and your intention behind doing the massage that your baby feels. So if you've ever had a shit massage before, yes, they've done everything textbook right. You know, they've done this stroke, they did this, they did this. But you know, it just didn't feel right. And that's because the intention and the energy was off. And you can feel this. People feel this. We're very like osmosis with this sort of thing. If you go into wanting to massage your baby with pure love, intention, connection, and just to bond and make them feel good, you can't go wrong. You cannot stuff it up. So I don't want you to worry if you're doing it right and wrong. If you have good intention behind it, you're doing it right. And you can never, like, you're not going to hurt your child by doing a massage. So let's get started. So I've recorded this with Shannon last night. So I have it on the change table and hopefully you can kind of see, but I'm going to talk you through it. So what I do is I grab about 20-cent piece of oil and I rub it in my hands just to warm it up. I'm then going to go over Shannon's face and ask for permission. So, you know, you're ready for a massage to let her know that it's coming up. This is really important to do because it's your baby's body. And I think consent is very important as the child gets older anyway. But I can tell you right now, Shannon is happy to do the massage. Her legs are chilled out. Her arms are sort of relaxed by her side. She's eye gazing at me. She's not turning her head. If her body was all curved in and her legs were up and she was twisting away from me, I go, obviously it's not the right time today. I'll try again tomorrow, you know. But she's pretty happy to do this. She's very well trained. But your babies will be fine as well. So just go with it. So the first one we do is resting hand. So that's warmth and beautiful connected pressure just on her chest, just to let her know we're going here. Not hard, not deep. You can see she's there talking to me. So firstly, we do a butterfly action and we're going to go over the chest and down the torso. This is good for just opening up the rib cage, especially if baby's a little bit congested. It's just light strokes. Then we're going to do a butterfly action where we open up the chest, just like a crisscross. I go straight into the tummy here. This is really important that we go clockwise at all times. You use the pads of your fingers and of your palms, but you can see it more the fingers, and we're going around like this. You want to go above the nappy, under the rib cage, clockwise. If you go anti-clockwise, you can cause constipation. We don't want that. So this just helps like get everything going for the day. See, under the nappy, under the ribs, above the nappy. Palms of hands. The pressure here is an interesting question. I don't feel like I'm going too deep here. I think I'm just firm. You know your baby best. If your baby's going through colic or constipation, it's probably going to be a little bit more tender than usual. So I would probably come off that, but keep full contact. We don't want any tickling stuff. That doesn't feel good. So probably just firm, just contact massage. And talk to your baby. Do you want to go, do you want to go a little bit deeper? Your baby's going to let you know. Do you want to go a bit lighter? You'll know. Trust me, you'll know. So from the arms, we just do stroking. I had to use lots of oil for Shannon because she was so dry. Shoulders, stroke down to the wrist. Pads of fingers into the hands, if you can get in there. Take out a hair. Across the chest, and we do the same on the other side because we want to be balanced. So stroke down from the shoulder to the wrist into the palm of the hand. And you can see she's still happy. Her legs are happy, her chest is open, she's happy looking in her face. Okay, some more oil and same for the legs. So we go from the hip over the knee down to the feet. You want to kind of just move the oil and then you want to do a C shape, which looks like that. So I'll see if I can, there you go. So what happens is, sorry, fingers are facing up, full, like, so it looks like, I don't know how I'm going to do it, like this, full contact as much as you can over your whole hand, over the whole leg. And you can sort of see fingers are up top. And we're going to go down over the thigh, over the knee, into the leg, into the feet. And then we're just going to do thumb over thumb, which is this action, over the foot. Some babies like footwork, some babies don't. The reason for that is that there's 75,000 nerve endings. And some babies have had a lot of heel pricks. So they'll be very guarded. And so same with the other leg. So we go straight down from the hip to the foot, do that a few times, cover the whole leg. Beautiful pressure, beautiful pace. Fingers on top, and we go to the foot. Thumb over thumb. And then we finish going back up to the leg. So what we're going to do next is the face. So this is great for teething, any sinus congestion as well. And so what I do is circles all over the jawline, all over the sinuses. Over the nose and above the eyes, because you've got your sinuses that sit in here and here. Straight down underneath the chins, because that's where your lymphatics drain. You can do that a few times. We don't do the scalp because some babies can have trauma-induced crying from being stuck or vacuumed or wrenched out or whatever. And there's no real muscles in the scalp at this age. So we just don't bother with scalp. We just do mainly the face, which is the safest spot to do. Finally, I put the baby onto the side and you rub down the back. I wouldn't have a nappy on normally, but she's on TV. I would go all the way to the bum, up and down the spine, but make sure that you're not on bone. Bone actually hurts to get massaged. So you'll see here that I'm usually going on each side of the spine with my fingers separated. And we're just doing an up action from the base of the bum all the way up to the base of the neck, along the spine, along the ribs. And she's happy to be on her side here. She can look at the dream catcher, but yep, small circles along the spine. This helps loosen off like just the vertebrae and the nerves. It's quite nice. And then we're done. And you can roll her onto the other side to do the other bit of the back as well if you want to go back and forth. But I didn't want to roll her onto the other side because she'll be looking at you. You won't be able to see anything. So, all right. So I'm just reading through the comments. So the scalp stuff, we do the tummy stuff for colic. Yeah, you wouldn't. We have like a separate colic routine that I teach that is for a fortnight, twice a day with a set routine. And we don't mix that with the other massage because it's just too much for their bodies. Their bodies are in pain, inflamed, so we don't want to mix that up. Okay, so what I've got for you is an amazing bonus with my friend from Perth. She is an incredible sleep specialist for babies. And I really wish I had Donna in my life when I had my son 10 years ago. We used to travel 20 minutes each way every night to put my kid to sleep. It was horrendous. And we had to cry it out, which broke my heart. I didn't know any different. And that's what we did. But Shannon is an amazing sleeper now. She does about 12 hours generally at night. I put her down about 7:30. But I wish if you are struggling with sleep, just get someone, like, ask for help. So Donna has kindly done a little video for me because it's her daughter's birthday today, and where she's going to give her top tips.
Hi everyone, Donna here from Bug to Sleep. I'm a paediatric sleep specialist. I help families who are expecting right up to children that are 7 years of age. I help them learn the miracle of sleep. So what I wanted to talk about very quickly here today is some of my top tips around sleep. Sleep is a very confusing, complicated, way too much information out there topic, and it's just completely causing everyone to be highly anxious around sleep and then worried about what's going to happen next in regards to sleep. What you want to look and think about sleep, yes, it's a biological requirement. We all need it. You would think babies would be able to just sleep when they wanted to sleep. It's not often the case. The best way to look at sleep, if you're having a bit of trouble with it is a skill that they will need to master if they haven't been able to do it. So that would be that beautiful independent sleep that the age appropriate wake times, they go into their sleep space, their bassinet or their cot, and they can beautifully go off to sleep on their own without any props and aids. And that sounds so easy, but it actually is lots of information behind being a sleep specialist and lots of knowledge behind sleep. And this is evidence-based biological requirements. The biggest thing is for us at Bug to Sleep and for myself at Bug to Sleep, it's not cried out. We do not leave the babies. So all the negative platforms out there around sleep training, they're, obviously it's factual that some people might do cry it out and things like that. But here at Bug to Sleep, like I said, it's not cried out. It's finding out exactly what's going on in the family's lives, the baby's lives, and then together we help that baby master that sleep. So it's hands-on, you pick them up, it's cues, it's being educated and understanding that how sleep is so important, but how we can guide and support them as parents. So know that if you're having troubles with sleep, there is a way, one-on-one support from myself. I have Katie who works for me as well, and we work together with 2 weeks with families to support the babies to learn how to sleep. So that's what is out there. You know, there's lots of, like I said, lots of confusing, conflicting information, but there is someone out here that we can work one-on-one to help families get their sleep. So my biggest tip is practice, practice, practice. So we're all about flexible routines. So babies need routines. It's their cueing system for what's going to come next. It makes them feel really secure and safe. So flexible routines means wake times. So again, confusing. So many charts out there about wake times. I found that my wake time charts are pretty good, I think, in regards to the amounts with all the thousands of families I've worked with. So again, what we talk about with the amount of wake time, it gets really confusing, is that it's age appropriate, yes, biological requirements, but some children don't fit in exactly that. So you've got a massive range that should approximately be a wake time for that bubs. But again, it's not always going to work for all babies. So there might be 10% of babies that I work with that might not be in that range of what I have on my charts. But wake times are super duper important, and super duper important to figure out what your baby's wake time is. So let's just start with newborns. They need to be sleeping every 45 minutes to an hour. They have to. It's what they need to do. So some babies find it a bit harder, but that's really important that they get that sleep every hour. So age appropriate wake time is super, super important. I don't think it's ever too early to create some really healthy foundations around sleep. I did it from birth when my children were born. So the quicker that you can get on those foundations as parents and love and support and guide bubs, then they'll learn how to sleep beautifully. Wake time's important. You know, I sort of say with newborn babies, 80-20, you know, or 70-30. 70 a bigger chunk that you're trying in the bassinet, the cot, the pram, and then your other 20-30% might be in a carrier, might be on you, stuff like that. So it's not ever a hard, fast rule of never allowing the sleep on you or anything like that. It's not the case. It's practice. So if you want bubs to learn to practice in the pram, you practice in the pram, making sure the wake times are correct. So lots and lots of practice. Lots of time off you if you can in regards to sleep, wake times. By about 4 to 6 weeks of age, you really want them to start sleeping in dark environments. So it is super 10 out of 10 dark. So we don't need any glow dreamers, we don't need any lights, we don't need anything in there at all. If there's monitors that have lights on them, you want to masking tape up that. So really, really dark. You can have white noise. White noise is fantastic, but you want a nice constant white noise, which would be like brown, pink, white noise. You don't want oceans sounds, you don't want music, you just want white noise. So you've got wake times, really dark, once you get past about 6 weeks, and your white noise, which is really fantastic. Always safe, needs to be safe, nothing in there. Babies need to be in a hard, reasonably hard, soft mattress, reasonably hard mattress, and on their backs, and you not co-sleeping. SIDS recommend, go and look at SIDS with all of that in regards to sleep, nothing in there. You don't want anything in there for nice and safe. So all of those would be top. And again, getting back, the other top tip would be routine, getting your routine around sleep. So even pretty early when you're at home, starting to do the bath, bed routine at home. For cueing for bedtime. Another really good tip as they're getting to regulate their sleep, which starts to happen from about 4 months to 6 months in regards to their sleep patterns, is getting them out in the sun when it's daylight. So yes, nice and dark for nighttime, for sleep, and then getting them out in the day for sunshine.
I think we just cut off. Thank you so much, Donna. I loved having you on. Isn't she just amazing? Like I said, if I had her, it would have been so much better. So remember, you're going to have a dark room, healthy boundary routine. And that's why I quite like the nighttime routine where you do your bath, shower, massage, you set them up, you cue them up to go for their, to start their sleep, helping all those hormones. It's dark, it's dimmed, you got that white noise, and it's just like leading them on to the next thing. When I started massaging Shannon, she was 3 weeks old, and I did it because we changed formulas, and so she had a lot of constipation and colic. And then I added it into our nighttime routine. Like I said, all this work I've done has actually been tried and tested, and I found that the first part of our night was longer. So before she was 3 months, would have like every 3 hours. And then I got like maybe 4.5, 5 hours for that big chunk of night sleep, which I tell you girls, you feel like $1 million bloody dollars when you wake up after having like 4 hours sleep. It's amazing. And now my beautiful girl sleeps all night. So I am so lucky. If you want to work with me, I have a little one massage program, because it is baby massage is where we start off. But basically what I'm just teaching you, you can use as your child gets older. And like I said, I use it even with my 10-year-old for his sport. What I'm doing is just teaching you the skills to use, and then you just adapt it to your child. So obviously like your strokes are getting longer or deeper pressure. Toddlers, you play more with them. And I'll do another masterclass on toddlers. But what I've done is I've put it into separate bite-sized modules, because I ran in-person baby massage sessions before COVID, and we're doing like 90 minutes and covering the body, the whole sequence, and it was just too much for my mums. They would remember parts of it and wouldn't remember others. They didn't really have access to come back and talk to me or practice. And you know, like even Donna said, it's like practice with our kids, because you don't know if you don't know. And it is practicing, really it is. I've done thousands of hours of body work before I became really good at body work, you know. And so what I've done is I've designed the modules into like legs, arms, face, back massage with my hubby here. I don't know if you can see properly. I have to open up the thingy. Oh, here we go. This was a really good one. So the bossy wife is, you know, I'm taking care of the situation. I wanted dads to learn how to massage their babies, because they're not breastfeeding, they're not baby wearing generally. And I feel like they really lose that one-on-one contact, that skin-on-skin contact, that opportunity to gaze into their eyes and talk and play and connect, especially after all day at work, you know. And so I did my back massage with Shannon, with my husband, and I'm there like instructing him how to do it, and it was hilarious. And he did a very good job. And Shannon loves his touch. Dads have beautiful, big, safe surfaces of hands. It's just gorgeous. And like I said, my son did the baby massage with her too, and it was just about building that connection with her, because he couldn't obviously really feed her, and he was worried about who was going to drop her, so I didn't want him to hold her. And it's just to build, because you know our family changed, our dynamics changed. So I've also got a specialised tummy and colic routine in my program, so that if you got through like tummy issues, you go straight onto that module and talk you through it. How I teach is sort of similar how I showed you, except I've had it professionally videoed. And I go at a very slow pace. I talk you through the sequence. You copy me like while I do it, and you do it with me, because I really want you to learn how to do this for your kids. And as part of my program, you're going to have ongoing support with me. So you can ask questions, or you can double check, or I can talk you through the sequence, or you can show me how you're doing. And I'm going to either probably do this as a live, like in Zoom like this, or I will do it probably like on Instagram Live or something like that. So plenty of opportunities to connect and chat to me. And I haven't got my program together yet. I'm packaging it up, but I am doing a special offer for $97 to pre-purchase the program at this amazing price before I do it properly, I think at $159. But you have lifetime access, and the modules are being beautifully done. I've had some really good feedback. So that is that. Any questions, let me know, and I'll go back in the chat. But I just, let's stop sharing. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I've had so much fun. It's been so good to hear your stories and to see your faces nodding along. And hopefully you feel inspired to do the massage yourself, you know. You can't really go wrong. Just have fun, enjoy it, let me know, and I look forward to seeing you in the next class. See you later.